Man. Whew! We got her.
We're live?
Yeah.
Alright. Back from 2-week vacation?
Yeah, his time didn't work out, unfortunately. But we loaded him up with a bunch of episodes on the last week. Because I had one and then we had a two-parter with my mom in the last episode.
Alright.
So it's weird, hey? We're getting the video tape now.
We're on Ustream, live, video
The
now.
post, I'm going to share it right now. I'm going to go to Facebook and it shares it to my page, but not to the Real Talk page. So
If our voices weren't bad enough, it's even worse now.
Nope.
Since we've been doing this podcast, I can't stand my own voice. I know people have been telling me that for a long time.
Yeah.
But now I've got a chance to hear what they were talking about.
Now you understand?
Well, what am I supposed to do? It's not like I can change it. I'm just stuck with it. It's an annoying voice, but whatever. I always thought my voice was deeper than it actually is.
Yeah, that's the one thing I would not use to describe your voice. Is deep.
No.
Never.
No. Oh well. Anyway, you had a funny story you were going to open with, which you forgot about,
No,
apparently.
I didn't forget about it. We just, it's hard to just be like, just start into a story.
Alright.
Man, we just figured out how to get on video, and we're on Mixer, and we're on Audacity, which I will upload tomorrow.
Yeah, Coco's got a lot of shit going
There's
on
way
there.
too much shit going on here.
He's
And
got
right
this-
now, I'm on Facebook trying to repost the link that I'm sharing for our Ustream page, but it's
There's way too many buttons for your mind to comprehend.
yeah. Oh wait, there we go. I got it.
Oh, there it is.
Oh no, I think I screwed something up. Oh well.
Alright, on with the
No big
story.
deal. So, last night I have two stories actually. One of
Ooh,
them-
you've been living it up.
No, last week.
Usually you have no stories.
So last night, went down to White Rock to watch the fireworks with Ashley.
Yeah, did you watch any fireworks on July 1st?
No.
Did you go to see the American ones?
I couldn't make it. They were too late. I was at
They were
home.
too late?
Where would I have gone to watch them in Hollywood?
Langley, I would have some.
Oh yeah, Langley did have some.
I've been with you
Weeknight.
before.
I had to work the next day. I gotta be up too early, man. I'm not going to watch
Alright.
fireworks.
So
They don't start till after 10.
how was your senior evening last night?
They were good. It was really good.
Senior evening.
We went to
Nice and early.
we went to West Beach, I believe is what it's called. It's a pub there right on the corner, and they had live music. That's why we picked that one. So,
Right.
Really cool band. The guy's name was Sean Miller.
Oh, you're getting right in there.
Oh, I didn't get any of the dancing.
Did you
going on.
tell him you used to
Play the drums a
play
little
the
bit?
drums a little?
No, I did not. No, I did not. Tell him
didn't
that.
let that one out of the bag just in case they called you up on stage?
They were happy to have anybody watch the walls.
Yeah.
They were happy to have anybody up on stage though. They kept calling, like saying, anybody want to come sing? So then eventually this guy comes up and he's like, you couldn't tell just with the lighting. I think he looked like he was black, but he looked like Native American too, kind of. So anyway, cool looking dude. And he had one of those, the lead singer from Blues Traveler?
Yeah,
that
the big
hat
guy.
he wears with the
Yeah,
feather.
yeah.
He had one of those on with like a BC Lions orange bowling shirt button down on.
Button down.
Yeah.
Alright.
Anyway,
So he was
but
a
he just
character.
got up there and he started singing. He sang, what is it, Helter Skelter, Rolling
Yeah.
Stones?
No, that's
Or-
by the Beatles.
No, that's the one with
Oh,
the
yeah.
Beatles, the one about the devil. So I
Do you know
forgot
my name?
Yeah,
I
that's the
forgot
one.
my name.
Yeah, he said, I'm bad with names. Sorry, I forget that shit. But I can play the song in my head and I won't know the name of it. But yeah, he sang like that one, just intense. Like, this guy was, you got like a standing ovation from the pub. Just
That's a great song, though.
Yeah, it is. But he did it well. He was like up on the tables, walking across
Oh, he was all into
chairs,
it.
What?
right in like girls' faces, like
That's so
Penny's
cool.
putting a spell on them.
Oh,
Like, this
yeah.
guy was a performer.
So you decided not to follow that act?
No, he's not gonna follow that act.
What would be your song? You wouldn't try and sing Footloose, would you? That's more of your dancing number.
Yeah, that's a dancing number. I'm not gonna sing.
Yeah.
But
What's
you
your,
kind of
what,
sing while you dance.
what?
right?
Yeah, but what's your singing number? What's your karaoke?
Oh, I'm Marky Mark.
Oh yeah.
Feel the vibration.
Can't believe I forgot that. Yeah.
It's a tough karaoke song.
But anyway, so that's not even the story of the night.
All right.
So I had a couple beers.
Mm-hmm.
This is from like 7 o'clock till the fireworks started. I had 2 beers. Went and watched the fireworks, walked the pier, came back at like an hour later or something. Had one more beer. May or may not allegedly have partook in some marijuana
Okay.
before leaving. Just
You
coming up
must
the
have
hill.
done that before you watched the fireworks, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Alright.
So anyway, we leave. I'm driving up the hill, and as I'm driving up the hill, and I see these cars stopping, and I'm like, "Fuck!" And I remembered someone earlier talking to someone else and telling them to go up and around the hill
Because there's a
That's
roadblock?
because there's a roadblock.
Oh my
Who
God.
would have thought?
So
Friday
yeah,
night.
after
White
fireworks,
Rock.
White
Firework
Rock,
night.
obviously,
Yeah.
right? So fuck, I'm just like freaking out, and I just like it just hit me. I'm fucking high right now, like perfectly fine to drive, but high. So
You only had 2 beers?
paranoid. I had 3 beers throughout
3
the whole
beers.
night.
Okay, yeah.
So I wasn't so much worried about that, the booze. I figured I'd blow fine. I don't think I blew over.
Right.
And the guy that comes in, he comes to talk to me, but I'm like, there's no way I don't reek like weed. There's no way. He rolls down the window, and in my head, I'm like, like just freaking out right now, trying to keep it straight. And this is in my head, so I don't know what he's seeing. Maybe I look completely calm and normal. I don't know.
Yeah.
So he asks me to get out of the car, or pulls me over first, asks me to get out, and he has one of those pocket, like a little packet of something. It looks like, and I'm like, oh, it's those fucking tongue strips.
Yeah.
You
The
know
weed
that,
breathalyzer?
obviously, yeah.
Right.
I'm like, fuck. But then he just starts reading off of it. So he's just giving me a breathalyzer. So, and like this whole time, I'm thinking I'm fucked. Like everything that's happened so far, there's no way he
And Ashley was still
in
in the
his
car?
head, yeah.
Okay.
And in his head, there's no way he to me that he was thinking, oh yeah, no, this guy's fine to drive. Like even though I couldn't see from any of the events that had happened so far how I would have showed him that I was okay to drive. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So he proceeds to give me the breathalyzer and blow into it real hard, and then the thing clicks, and he looks at it, and my fucking heart is going like a million miles a minute right now, like it's
Right.
beating so fast.
Yeah.
And he's like 7. I'm like fuck. And then
Maybe that was just his partner's
And
name. He
he's
was
like,
calling him over.
no, I could see like
Seven, come over here.
7!
no,
Look at this guy,
I
sober.
could see a 7 on the thing. Like, I
Okay.
could see it.
Oh,
After he said it, I looked down and I could see the 7 there.
alright.
Fuck.
That's 0.7, I presume?
I don't. Just listen to this.
No, 0.07.
So then he's like, okay, and I couldn't. I was not listening at this point. I was just freaking out. And he like comes to me, gives me, he's like, here's your license. Have a good night. What the fuck just happened? How? He's like,
Okay, so-
and then he starts walking, turns around. He's like, I'll back you out. Like,
So what did you actually see on the breathalyzer? Was it like just a 7?
I just seen a 7, but there was 2
no other-
zeros in front of it.
So 0.007.
That's what I think. But that would be really low,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Well, that's
Right.
under the legal limit is point
0.05. The legal limit is 0.05.
just 1 0,
1-0.
and it was maybe it said 0.
But I don't know. That's what I mean.
Or
I
maybe
don't
they were
know.
just
Which would be over.
like,
It was
oh,
probably
it's okay.
0.07. So that's what's confusing me right now. I don't know what he. Maybe it's like a code 7. I don't know. I don't know what that
I have
means.
no idea.
Yeah.
Very very strange.
That's scary though.
I don't know. And you just
So
wait
then
for-
I started thinking. Obviously, I'm big now.
Yeah.
And I started thinking,
this is a 7.
maybe this is all in my head. Like maybe I looked.
Maybe there was no roadblock.
No, maybe I looked.
Hallucinating.
Maybe I looked completely
Maybe it was
fine.
all just part of the fireworks demonstration.
There was no problem, and I looked totally normal to them, and everything went like it was just like if
Another
anything.
guy,
And
yeah.
but in my head, because I was just freaking out for no reason.
You were
I
probably
don't know.
really high. I
Yeah.
just, I don't know.
I like
you
it
hadn't
wasn't.
even left the beach
The
yet.
thing was, I didn't feel really high, like disoriented at all.
Okay.
I felt really high, like
Yeah,
heart,
well-
like my heart was beating super
Yeah,
fast.
that's
and just
adrenaline.
paranoid.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, but I guarantee you your adrenaline was going.
Oh, for sure.
That would for sure counter the weed.
Yeah, but anyway, I left there and I was like, oh my god. Like I was like, I couldn't. I was
Did
so
you have
happy.
to pull over and let Ashley drive?
I was so no. She's
Did you put it-
okay? I was just more like. Okay.
Your fingers all white from gripping the steering wheel so hard.
Yeah, and then it was all good. And then drove home and it was fun.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You know what?
So,
Okay, go ahead.
okay. What's no? You go ahead.
Well, I was going to launch into
If you're
another
gonna add
story.
into that,
It was a story that correlates loosely with that story.
you know what? We don't got rules. Let's just.
All right.
We'll get to it.
I
She's contributing
okay.
to the conversation.
I've got this little job in Princeton right now. It's like 2.5 hour drive from my house. So I have gone 2 times, and I leave the house at 4 in the morning, and I get back in the evening. Every time I've driven that road, okay, the first time I went out there, it's 4 in the morning. I'm going through Manning Park, and actually it was like 5 in the morning when I was going through Manning, and there's nobody else on the highway, and suddenly up ahead on the road, I see this monk in like an orange robe.
Like a Buddhist monk.
A Buddhist monk. Got his sandals on, no bag,
Yeah.
no nothing, no bottle of water, no granola bars. He's just walking down the road. It's just barely light at like 5 in the morning, going down there, and he like smiles and he waves to me. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? Where did this guy come from? What was this Buddhist monk doing in Manning Park?
Yeah.
There's nowhere for him. Like, he could have just slept on the side of the road, like, without a tent or anything, I guess. But it's not like there's any cabins there. There's no hotels.
It's just,
And he had no pack. He had no way. I mean, maybe he could have been fisting some, like, matches or something to make a little fire, but he definitely had no food.
okay.
And so, anyway, I got down the road, like, a ways, and I was like, what the hell was that? What was that guy doing out there? Where did he come from? Where was he going? Why was this monk just walking down the road? And then I was like, fuck, did that even really happen? It's pretty early, but I have had a couple cups of coffee, so I'm pretty with it. But it made me like wonder, and I'm like, shit, I should have pulled over and seen what he was doing. And but he wasn't in distress or anything. Then when I came home, I seen him still continuing down the road walking, and I definitely know I seen him for sure
How
the first
much
time.
longer
The first
this?
time. This was like 8 hours later.
Wow.
And
down
he-
the same road.
Yeah. And he was further, like, down the highway, like, quite a ways, but he was still walking. I don't know where the hell he was going, if he's, like, walking all night, if he's pulling over somewhere camping, I have no
Maybe
clue.
it was like part of his training as a Buddhist monk.
To walk through Manning Park?
Yeah.
Down the highway?
Yeah.
That's how they've been training
Like
monks?
discipline.
Wow, that
I
would
don't
be...
know.
You'd think they would do that in Tibet or something.
Yeah.
For those listening, I just shared the link for if you want to watch the video. If you go to our Facebook page, I just shared the link there for Ustream. You can check out the video.
Yeah, so that was a weird thing. Then the next time I seen him again. I still didn't pull over and ask him what he's doing. And it's been boggling my mind for like 2 weeks what this guy was up to. Just walking down the road by himself,
With
too.
nothing.
He seemed quite happy, but it was very puzzling. And then I remembered an old story, which doesn't really have nothing to do with this one, but it was another monk story which related to BC. There is a valley in between Kamloops and Cache Creek on Highway 24. I think it's 24. Anyway, it's called Dead Man's Valley. There's a big waterfall there, which is why it's kind of famous, and there used to be like a mine up there. Anyway, one day, I think it was like 20, 25 years ago, a Buddhist monk was wandering up through this valley, and he came up to this plateau up there. And for whatever reason, like the wind was blowing the right way, he decided it was the center of the universe. It's a true story. So he got some of the monk hierarchy to come down there. They all confirmed this.
Really?
So there's this strange spot in between Cache Creek and Kamloops in Dead Man's Valley, this like plateau, and I think it's like once a year they have a big gathering, and all these monks go there, and they say it's the center of the universe.
Center of the universe?
That's what they say, man.
In BC, like up
In BC. That's why it took them so long to find it.
Huh.
Yeah,
Oh,
how about that? We're living very close to the center of the universe, as decided by the monks. I found that a really strange
That is
story.
pretty fucking cool. I wonder, why that spot?
I
wonder what brought them to this.
Yeah,
but
Something had to have happened there that
obviously-
made them go.
Yeah,
"This is the
obviously
center of the
monks are
universe."
pretty spiritual,
Yeah.
but they're also supposed to be in tune with like nature and stuff like that, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, he got some kind of feeling there. And
and said it was the
I
center
wonder
of
if
the
it was
universe.
and yeah, and then he got the other people to come down and confirm it.
Yeah, it's just like religion. I bet you it was like some guy was like, I think this is the center of the universe, but he just said it in a real charismatic way to all the people and
Apparently
made up some shit.
No,
And then
no.
And they were like, "Fuck yeah, it is."
Okay, here's another part of the story. He was there by himself. He'd been wandering around the world for years looking for the center of the universe. Traveling everywhere.
So maybe each monk has like a certain destiny that they need to find.
Okay, so do you think those monks in Manning were walking back?
From the center of the universe.
Maybe they were catching a flight
You never know.
I've never seen monks travel on planes. Apparently, they're opposed to cars, though, because I've seen them walking, so I don't know how they get back across the ocean. They probably take a boat.
Yeah, because
Exactly.
they're opposed to all like material things.
Well, they're
Oh,
definitely
really?
they're not
Yeah.
swimming.
The Amish?
Not like the Amish, just in like they can have material things, but they don't want attachments to the material things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So would they be okay to travel on boats?
I think so. And I'm surprised that you haven't seen a monk. Like I haven't seen one either on an airplane, but I don't think they'd be opposed to flying on one.
No?
No.
For whatever reason, I don't know why, I thought monks, they never left the temple for some reason. I don't know why I thought that.
My parents actually went to a Buddhist temple this morning for lunch.
Really?
Yeah, they serve food there at like 12.
What? Like
Yeah.
a
Wait.
restaurant or for free?
For free.
Yeah, for free.
Yeah, they're supposed to feed you for free.
Yeah, I worked at
Yeah.
a Buddhist
Apparently
temple
it's
for
good
a while. It
Huh.
was,
Yeah.
what was
That's
it? It was
cool.
rice
That's a cool
and something
experience.
else.
Yeah.
I wonder
I
why.
can't remember.
I wonder if that's just because they want to promote we should help each other, we should all be one.
Yeah, I think so.
We're all on
Are
the
your
same
parents
team.
Buddhist?
No, they're not. But they decided to go visit it
Just
today.
to check it out?
Just to
Let's
see,
get to
yeah.
the bio. Let's
Okay,
get this.
sorry.
Rolls away.
Do this right.
Didn't know I had so many Buddhist stories in me. All right, our guest this evening is a world traveler, a wine lover, part-time actress, future lawyer, and rugby player. Has lived all across Canada, holds 3 Newfoundland speed skating records, and aspiring to be the next Beyonce.
Oh,
Aren't we all?
wow. Lawyer Beyonce.
Yeah.
Like that.
Aren't you going to play the song?
That's what I'm doing right
I
now.
can't believe you didn't get that ready while she was by.
Okay, you can talk. Fuck. That was going so well.
Then I have to break it up with the song?
Close.
Is that what you're talking about?
No.
What song is this?
It's Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Oh.
From her new album.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I haven't listened to any of her albums.
You know what's funny though? We're just sitting here talking. They can't hear us, but the people watching on the video are just hearing the song.
Or just hear the song.
Right
But how do we
talking
even
and the
know if
song
anybody's
playing.
watching the
So
video?
funny.
I don't know. It doesn't look like it. Oh, that's loud. Good song choice. I haven't heard that song.
Thanks.
It's got a
That's a
good
good
vibe
one.
to it.
You know, if you were going to be the next Beyonce, you already have the name for it.
Thank
That
you.
you have a name that doesn't really
That's
need a
true.
last name.
Yeah,
If
that's
anybody's,
true.
your name's Radhika?
Yeah.
That's a pretty sweet name.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Where does that hail from? Where's that?
So it's Sanskrit actually.
It's
from,
which?
It's Sanskrit, so it's from India.
Okay.
Yeah, and it actually means beautiful.
Oh, yeah? Is it a common name? Uncommon name?
It's really common in India. Yeah, it's
Right.
very common, but not so much here.
No.
Yeah. Maybe
But
if
it's
you
a
go to
name that
Surrey.
translates well.
Yeah.
I hope it sounds just as good as in India.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it has the word rad in it. That's what I
That's
mean.
That's
pretty
Like,
true. Yeah. That's my
I
nickname.
wonder if that's where that
Yeah.
word derives from. Rad. Yeah, hey,
That's
you
what-
never
Hey,
know.
yeah.
If it's been a
I
name
think it
that's
derives
been
from
around.
radical. You don't think rad comes from radical?
Says
Okay.
You're probably You're
Probably.
right. But who knows? Maybe radical derives from radica.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright. I'm pretty sure you're wrong. But, I
Make
don't-
a good point,
Do
is
you-
what you wanted to say.
I think most of our
come from
language
Latin.
comes from Latin.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think
It
so.
does, most of it. I agree.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you can't
But I think,
in some other
yeah.
places. I feel like I'm not even.
Alright.
So, how do you feel? Do you feel weirder being on the?
Me?
Yeah, like that being recorded.
Not anymore for the first 5 seconds
Just
I
in-
did.
yeah,
We've always been recorded. Now they can
That's
just
true.
see
See
it.
us.
Yeah.
That's good. That means you just act au naturel.
Yeah. It's just stiff arms.
Yeah.
No.
I noticed when we did our first little just checking everything out. I move a lot. I was
You
always.
do speak a lot with your
I was
hands.
always, yeah, I've known that, but
Yeah.
I was back and forth, and side to side.
Yeah, I think everybody does that.
That's true.
Unless
you
you're
actually-
feeling really
you
lazy.
move quite a bit when you're talking.
Yeah.
You got the
Sometimes
hands
I
going.
even have to stand up
Yeah,
just to get a point, just to
You
get a point
really?
across.
I've always been surprised at how you don't spill more beers.
Oh,
'Cause he
I'm
always
very
rests
careful with
them
my beer.
Anywhere he'll put them
Oh,
on
just-
on anywhere, whatever's beside him, he'll put it there. Even if it's not completely stable, he'll balance it and leave it.
I have
And then
more
he's just
problem.
a giver
So
with his
trusting.
hands.
I have more problem with losing beers than
Mhm.
spilling them. I find them eventually. Alright, so let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
Wait, I want to tell one more story before we get into this.
Oh, okay.
That way, because you're gonna want to hear this story. Well, actually, you might not like this story, but it's quite humorous. So, I was making dinner the other night. I took a walk. I went to Safeway, picked up a bunch of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I was
Can I guess where this story is going?
where?
You left or forgot something somewhere.
No.
I would
It's
have-
way better than that.
Oh,
I would
okay.
not be telling that on the podcast. I'm only telling this because it is pretty fucking funny.
Alright.
So I started cutting up all the vegetables. What was I making? Oh, I was making like pierogies and sausage, and then like all the veggies in with the pierogies.
Yeah.
So I picked up a green chili pepper, and apparently something that I was unaware of. You're supposed to wear leather gloves when you're cutting a chili pepper.
Otherwise, what? Leather gloves?
Or latex gloves.
Okay.
Sorry, latex.
It's just
Latex gloves.
It's all dancing to Michael
Yeah.
Jackson, cutting this chili pepper.
Flipping the knife in the air.
Yeah.
Long story short, I got 10 stitches. No.
Oh.
What?
So-
Okay.
I was like, from the,
So you're supposed to wear latex gloves
okay.
because the oil is where like all the spice is, where
And you
the,
rub
all the
your
hot is.
All
And,
Oh no.
So, okay.
Apparently,
Now I know
all
where
of a
this.
sudden-
Yeah.
Now I know where this. It's
All of a
either
sudden-
going to
no,
I rubbed
it's
my
going-
eye or I masturbated
it's going-
immediately after.
It's going way. You have no idea. You have no idea. Not even close.
Okay.
So yes, all of a sudden I'm sitting on the couch eating this dinner, just finishing up, and Ashley just got over, and we're sitting there, we're starting a movie.
Oh no.
And very slowly, I'm
Poor
like,
Ashley.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, why is it so, like, why are they so hot? Why are my balls so hot? Like, they're just warm, the whole thing. Like, that whole sack was just, like, burning up, like, getting
Oh
hotter.
my
It wasn't,
God.
like, one spot, the whole thing.
You really gave yourself a good feel up
And
there.
then I didn't know what it was at first, because, it was almost like, oh, it's just a little itchy. And then you're scratching, so you're rubbing more on. I hadn't washed my
Yeah.
hands.
So Ashley still
I'm
thinks
rubbing
you're
on more.
tense from the fireworks night.
So-
Really, something else is going on.
So I just kept like touching my, and I could feel like I got
It's
a
just
little bit on my
touching
arm, and it started to burn. I was like, "Fuck!" So finally, I like washed my hands. That didn't work. I still started like got it on my legs. So then Ashley was looking up what to do.
Oh, you weren't trying to
showed a
play
bunch
cool
of
by this
different-
part?
No, I was like, hey, what the fuck? I don't know what to do.
I'm
here.
on
Nothing's working. My balls are seriously they're on fucking fire. Like you have no idea.
Oh, that's a pretty tender spot.
So she looks up all this stuff, and I can't remember. Like I tried a couple things. Nothing like too bad. Just wash them with soap or whatever. Wash your hands. Like, but the problem is with this oil is like water and soap don't cut it.
Yeah.
You got to cut through it, I guess. So it says to use like dairy products,
Yeah, yogurt.
milk. So, needless to say, 5 minutes later, I'm in the bathroom with a bowl of milk with my balls dipped in this bowl of milk.
Oh my god.
Just sitting there. The only way I could get them in there was to sit on the toilet, put the bowl under my balls,
Oh my
and drop
God.
them in. Just let them soak. And then Ashley like started. She was reading something else, and she's walking towards the bathroom, and
I can't believe
she
she's
starts
reading
talking. I'm
during
like,
this.
"Don't come in here! Don't come in here!" And, like as soon as I went to drop them in, I just started hysterically laughing because it's probably the funniest thing I have ever done in my life. But it worked. It worked like a charm.
Oh, yeah?
Did that, dropped them in there. Hey Ashley, and then like washed my hands in it, and I was.
What did you
Good to
Google
go.
for that?
What do you use when you touch yourself after cutting peppers or something?
Green peppers.
What
Yeah.
a great.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I figured it out. Anyway.
It's a good thing you and Ashley
Yeah.
didn't get frisky before you figured that out.
Yeah.
that's a good
It's a
sign.
lot harder for
Can
Ashley
you
to put her
imagine?
parts in.
There's
Though.
a lot of things
That
I
would've
could
been
do
fun.
with that.
All over. I like to get in all the crevices. She have been on fire.
First time ever.
Mm,
By you.
Oh.
that's not very I disagree. I'm with the orgasm vending machine. No.
Yeah, you're like the vending machine
That's
where you
right.
put your money in and the candy doesn't.
You put
Fucking thing is stuck on the rack! What a ripoff!
Taking it.
you put the money in and it just spits it right back.
That's the vending
And
machine
then
you
you
are.
start fucking hitting the thing.
Yeah. Alright.
That wasn't very nice. It was funny.
All right, now let's start to the beginning of the interview.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Radhika, where are you
So
from?
wait, you actually like called me and asked me some stuff so you could get like.
Well,
Questions.
I've never met
No, this is
Radhika.
the first time we've met.
Yeah, it is. I didn't know
Well,
anything about her.
We've had other people on you hadn't met before, I think.
Yeah, sometimes I wing it. But I
I think
usually
that
usually have a sense of who they are,
Yeah, fair enough.
right? When there's a conversation, I had no clue of anything whatsoever, so I decided to ask questions. But I don't know how the story starts.
Okay.
Where are you from?
Originally,
Yeah.
well, I was born in South Africa.
Were you?
Yeah, in Cape Town.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you moved to
And
Canada?
then we moved to Saskatchewan.
Wow.
Yeah, which
What?
is I
I've always wondered that. Even to all the girls, we wonder
Yeah.
how do people pick this
know.
spot?
Yeah.
It
well,
is
It's easy to immigrate to, right?
Saskatchewan?
Saskatchewan.
specifically? Is it
Yeah.
easier than the rest of the country?
Yeah, like because it's smaller and more rural, so they accept less people.
But even you did what a typical Saskatchewan person does. Once you come to a certain age, you just leave.
You'll leave. Yeah. Well, I only lived there for I was a baby when we came over,
Yeah.
and my dad was a doctor, so that's the only place. Like, there's only a couple provinces he could have practiced in
Right.
without like a Canadian license.
Yeah.
So that was one of them, and then we moved to Newfoundland, which doesn't get much better.
No.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then we lived
I'm
there.
surprised you didn't
But
leave
this is
Canada
where-
after those
this
two
is-
stops.
This
Well,
is
let's try
where
somewhere
you-
else.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just go to America.
What was it? This is where you posted
I had
3 Newfoundland speed skating records. So
Yeah.
what records do you have?
So I just hold for different lengths of races there.
Oh,
So
okay.
like 500
For a certain
meter.
age group or for like?
For a certain age
everyone?
group, like midget age
Okay.
group, which was, I was like 12 when I speed skated.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
so,
awesome.
Yeah.
Do you think you could take Coco?
Probably.
And
I tried speed
Speed
skating.
skating's a lot different.
It's way
yeah.
different.
And like I can only skate one way. So like I only
'Cause you
make-
loop over
could-
Left
yeah,
turns?
left turns only.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
weird. Why
Like,
do they like switch?
It's
around?
weird. I can't.
Well,
skate
it's hard
the
to
other
make an
way.
oval that faces both ways.
Those people's like left core must be just ridiculous.
Yeah, you work out your one side so much. Yeah,
When you fall and go into the boards, it's
it hurts.
Whew.
So
And
you
they
think
have
you would be
padding on.
Coco?
Probably.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I don't know how to do it properly.
I went to a speed.
Maybe if you gave me like half an hour to
I
get
also
used to
do
it. So I
short
did do
track,
lessons
though.
in it before
Yeah.
when I was younger.
Oh,
So I think I would just like riding bike. I think I would just need
Yeah,
to.
it's easy to catch on,
Oh, yeah.
but like short track, I did short track, and that's like a lot better than long track.
So did your dad become a doctor in South Africa?
Yeah.
How come you guys left?
South Africa is really dangerous.
Yeah. Which part were you at?
Really. They're all from the East Coast, like Durban area.
East Coast.
East Coast of South Africa.
How old
Okay.
were you when you left?
I was like 8 months when we left.
Oh,
so I was
okay.
a
And it was
baby.
bad then.
It was bad, and it's just gotten
It's been
worse now.
it's been bad for years.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Isn't that's like the wine country there, isn't it?
Yeah,
That side?
yeah,
The
they
east
South
side?
Africa. Yeah, the East Side has a lot of wineries.
Yeah.
And the South Coast has a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Does it get like how cold does it get down there? I know they have penguins.
Like my grandma's
They have
here right
penguins
now
in
from
South Africa?
Like
Yeah.
different kind of penguins, not like the penguins
What?
you think of.
I thought they swam from like in between Antarctica
And
and
something new every day.
and South Africa.
I
They're not emperor penguins,
No,
but
no.
they're smaller.
think so. I've never seen a penguin in South Africa, so I can't verify that. But
No,
No.
I would go just to see
Yeah.
the penguins.
Yeah, I'm going
But
next year.
it's
so
like me
maybe.
for Canada. I've never seen a polar bear. I guess.
That's
Oh, I-
true. Yeah.
When I lived in Newfoundland, we would have like polar bear warnings, and like you couldn't leave
Did
your
you
house.
see one?
I did see a polar bear.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
They
pretty
would just
sweet.
Walk along, because I lived in a small town, so they would just like walk along.
Really?
you're-
They would
you're
walk
going-
through the town
Yeah.
looking for garbage.
Looking for garbage, looking for dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the
Vicious.
biggest thing you have to?
Vicious.
Yeah, vicious. What's the biggest thing you have to worry about in South Africa? What kind of wild animals you got running through there?
Snakes,
Ooh.
lions.
Mm.
Snakes are the worst ones. My grandma had a
Have-
mango
Yeah,
tree.
snakes
yeah.
are the worst ones.
Have you been to? I hate fucking snakes.
Yeah,
They freak the
they're
shit out of me.
My grandma had a snake in her
Snakes
bathroom.
and
In her
spiders
In her
after I
bathroom,
watch
yeah,
like an
they
asp?
crawled-
Arachnophobia.
They crawled in the window.
An asp?
No, black mamba.
Black mamba?
Yeah,
Oh man,
yeah.
That's
It was scary.
that would be
Exactly.
freaky. What did she do?
She didn't have her glasses on. She was going to the shower. She didn't know
She
what
was
it
in the shower?
Yeah.
What?
And the snake came in the window?
Yeah.
Holy
So
fuck,
she was
that's a
gonna grab
horror
onto
movie.
it, and she like put her glasses on.
She thought it was like the railing or something?
Yeah.
Fuck.
what
Yeah.
a way to go.
I know.
Did she live?
She did live.
What do you mean, what a way to go?
No, but I thought you didn't get bit.
She did not get bit.
Yeah, that's
no.
what I mean.
Yeah.
But if you had,
You
Like-
said what a way to go.
Yeah,
That
that-
implies dying.
yeah, I'm saying if so facto she had
If so facto.
before putting her glasses on,
Right.
put her hand out, and then got bit,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, hypothetically, that one way to go.
That's
Like, you're getting out
definitely-
of the bathroom, you think you're grabbing a towel, and a black
And
mamba
then,
bites
yeah,
you.
that's
Like-
scary.
That's definitely one thing you don't have to worry about here.
Definitely not.
Black mambas when you're showering.
No. Yeah, thank God.
So have you been back before?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
back last year for
And
Christmas.
you're going again.
And I'm going again next year, yeah.
Next
August.
August?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you know if you show an infant a picture of a snake, they squirm and get afraid?
Really?
Even if they've never seen
Never
a snake
seen it.
before?
Really?
Yeah, they like
Maybe they're just trying to look like one.
no.
Just like
It's like terror. They have no notion of them, never seen one. It's like instinct to like be afraid of the snake. Yeah. It's true.
Interesting. Wow.
I just thought I'd throw
Snakes
that out
are
there.
scary though.
Did you try it with Ellie?
No, I didn't. That sounds cruel.
yeah. I don't know.
They think
Show a picture
they
of
think that it's from like thousands and thousands of years ago. There were so many people died by like snake bites, and it got like imprinted into the human DNA.
I
To
wonder.
be afraid, like an instinct to just be afraid. Like that's not good. I should be afraid and
Yeah.
weary. Get away from the snake. That's probably what,
I
and
wonder
that's
if it's
probably
the
why
same,
so
though,
many
with
people
a
have.
spider or something. If you
yeah.
showed it
No,
that.
it's the only thing they found that acts like that.
Huh.
Yeah, you should. But like, I mean, there are a lot of spiders. I would be way more weary of a snake. Like if I seen a strange spider, if I had to choose to be in a room with a spider or a snake, I take the spider for sure.
Really?
Yeah,
I know, I
take
take
You
the-
take the
I would
snake?
take
No.
the snake.
No,
I take the
you can't
spider.
trust those guys. Have you ever seen
Spiders
Jungle
freak
Book?
me out.
He's
The
evil.
iPad?
The eyes.
It's in the living room.
I'd rather them than the 8 legs. Spider's legs freak me
The
out.
snake has no legs.
I know.
That's
I would
the
be-
devil.
I would say I
He
would
can
be
walk.
way more afraid of the snake. Way more afraid of the snake.
Really?
They're
Yeah.
unpredictable.
So
Yeah.
a spider.
If you
No,
see,
you can step
no,
on
no,
a
no, no.
spider.
If you see a spider,
Have you seen a monkey spider? They jump.
Yeah,
What?
but
yeah,
still,
no, I have,
have
not
you seen
seen
a
monkey
A
spider.
cobra, they spit
How they have
venom
all
into
their
your
nose.
eyeballs.
That's true, but I
Plus,
would
snakes
rather
are
the snake.
fast.
If I seen a monkey spider, I would move.
And even if you're
I
in,
would
what,
not live where
They're
there are
not
monkey
huge.
what if
spiders.
you're in a room with an anaconda? He could swallow you whole.
You know what?
can't
It depends
sleep.
what snake and what spider. If it was
Yeah,
like a
but you
house
can,
spider,
like-
then I'd rather the house spider, obviously.
Okay, I'm sorry, but if there was like an anaconda and like any,
What would you
any
do right
one
now
of
if an
these-
anaconda came in here?
I'd jump over it.
You would jump over it.
Yeah.
What if you just
They are
jump?
fast.
You would just leave everybody.
So I'm just gonna
See
like,
ya, Ashley, I'm out.
No, I'd jump over it. Everybody would jump over it.
Oh, we'd all go.
I wouldn't be that
Yeah.
afraid. As long as
I'd
it
be
doesn't
carrying
go.
2 people on my arm stepping over the snake. You'd be
Anacondas-
long gone.
no,
I'll hold the elevator.
no. Anacondas don't. They get people who are like sick and laying around,
They're only
or
fast
dying,
in
or
water.
sleeping, or they don't. If you see it, like out of the animals we've said, the anaconda, the spider, and the
Black
snake,
mamba.
like a regular snake,
Oh, okay.
I would be most afraid of the snake because
Like a
they're
garter
quick.
snake?
You try
Yeah.
to jump around it, it could snap at you and bite you.
Yeah.
A spider, you just grab a fucking stick and you whack. Like that's it.
You could just step on a
And an
spider.
anaconda, you just jump over. Like
You just jump. I think you're making light of the
this
anaconda.
isn't like you turn around and it's right beside you. This
No,
is like
he's
you
slithering
see
in
it.
the door. It's a small room.
Yeah,
You're just gonna jump out.
yeah.
What are the rest of us gonna do?
No, as it comes in, you just jump over it, step on its back. It's a
Step on
fucking-
its back.
What's
Cut
it
off the
gonna
head.
do?
You cut off the head.
Why don't you jump over it and then from attack from the rear? I'll make a distraction out front.
I don't know.
You get
what,
on its back.
what,
and choke it
please
out.
explain to me what you think anacondas are able to do. Like, are they? You think they're like fucking Spider-Man?
Have you
jumping
seen an
all over?
anaconda?
Yeah.
They're
I
fucking big.
And yeah, they are big, but they don't move fast. You don't have to be afraid of it unless you're like can't move.
Yeah, it's definitely worse. The venom snakes are worse.
Way worse.
Okay,
And they're painful.
So the question
So
is,
you
what would
agree
you
with
do
me.
if a cobra came
You were
in
just
here?
being a dick.
Yeah. Actually, no. I don't know. I think like I don't know if an anaconda came in here. I just don't see you like jumping over the thing.
What do you see?
I think you'd be like, "Holy fuck!"
Yeah, I'd be like, oh
You'd
shit.
probably try and make
An
for the window.
anaconda. And then it would start slithering towards me at a very slow pace.
They're not that slow.
And all of a sudden I'd be like, oh, this motherfucker. And I just
And
jump
then
on
you-
it and walk down its back and walk out the door.
Did you not see the movie Anaconda?
That's... An anaconda then wouldn't even fit in here. If
That's
you're
part
talking
of the- that's
J-Lo
part of the-
anaconda,
That's part of the
that thing
scary.
is massive.
Yeah, that's cute.
That's part of the scary.
Okay,
How did
that's
he get up
different.
here?
If
We're on the
that
third
was it-
floor.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I got off track here.
We got a
You
little
did get off track there. But
So the penguins in South Africa.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that.
I'll look into
So
Uh,
wait, hold on. What did you think of Saskatchewan?
I was
Like,
just
who
a
the fuck
baby,
moves to Saskatchewan?
but that was probably my thought. we didn't know anything about Canada when we came here, so.
Do you know what made your parents pick Saskatchewan?
She said it was easy to get in.
Yeah, because my dad couldn't practice. He could only practice in like Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and Newfoundland. I think those were the only 3 provinces without their exams.
Did he have to read? He didn't have to redo anything then.
He had to go into Saskatchewan, no. But then after he had to
take anyway.
He could practice there. He had to get examined by like a Canadian doctor.
Really?
And then So
as a guy, one of the security guys in one of the buildings I work at downtown, I was talking to him. He was there. I hadn't seen him before. He was just filling in for someone who was like on vacation or something. And I started talking to him. He was going to unlock a door for me. And I just said, so where are you from? He's Syria. And he's a lawyer.
Right.
But he came here. He had to redo everything.
Yeah.
He had to do some night classes to get whatever levels he needed to get into. And then he's starting in the fall, he's starting law school.
That sucks.
Well, I guess that that does suck. But I would presume it's like a completely different type of law, isn't it?
He said he was working.
Yeah, laws are in different countries are so different.
Yeah, so it would make sense that you would have to start from scratch.
He said when he first got here, when he started his he was doing night shifts or night classes recently, but before that he had to do like 2 years solid of schooling. And he was going to, or no, how long was it? He said 8 months. He was going to school from 8:30 till like 4 or something, and he worked from like midnight till 8 in the morning.
He's a hard-working bastard.
Wow.
So he'd go from work to school.
Yeah. How long had he been here?
2 years.
Wow, he was in Syria 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Woo.
Not a good time to be in Syria.
No. You didn't ask him about that?
No.
Hmm.
There's another guy, actually, I had to give him a ride out. His car was broke down. He's another one of the security guys, and he was in the military in, I want to say Croatia, but it might have been Ukraine. I can't remember.
Okay.
Before he came here, and that's why they hired him on as like a top security guy.
Right.
Because of his background. Because they're not going to hire him in like you're not going to become in the FBI.
No,
so if you want to do security, you're going to be doing security for like big office buildings or something like that, right? But cool guy, talking to him. Yeah, I'm going to try and get him on the podcast, I think.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool.
You're becoming a sleuth. You're getting lots of guests.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get different people.
Sniping everyone.
Number one, it's a little selfish. It gets our show out to more people because each person knows other people.
But it's a good
also
conversation to have. You get to meet new people all the time.
Exactly. And it's nice to talk to
Hear
people.
these crazy Black Mamba stories.
Yeah.
Exactly. I would never... Now, if I ever get in a conversation about snakes, I'm like, I knew someone who had a story about a Black Mamba.
So, we went camping last weekend. Radhika and Brett, my brother. Radhika is Brett's girlfriend.
Great.
And you mentioned, and I looked this up, but you went to Western Ontario University, and it was the only Canadian school that has ever been ranked in Playboy's top 10 party schools in North America.
Really? It was in the top 10?
This is in 2011.
Yeah.
The article I read was 2011.
The only Canadian school.
The only Canadian school to get in.
Really?
So, my question...
More than Alder Grove High School.
What's, like, the craziest thing you've seen / party event that you've ever witnessed? Like, why is it so crazy? What makes it...
You literally party from Monday to... Like, there's no days. Monday to Monday, every week.
Should have gone to college.
Yeah,
that's the only reason I regret not going to high school or university is that...
They should have came out with that Van Wilder movie earlier, when it was early enough for me to change my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's sick. Like,
that came out in like 2000 or something.
I guess I missed it.
So it's nonstop.
It's
nonstop.
Just,
and there's always big parties.
There's always huge parties. Every other school in Ontario hates us. They all have like "fuck Western" shirts.
Really?
Yeah, every school.
Why is that? Just because you're awesome?
We're awesome. We have good sports program. We're really smart. Honestly, I think the best looking people go to Western too, because like our campus is stacked.
The people are just jealous.
Yeah,
just hating.
Just hating. And there's a lot of rich kids too, so that kind of adds to it. They all have the money to splurge on parties.
Fucking hate
like
us.
I think Steve Aoki came to one of the house parties, just a house party.
Really?
He like came and like DJ'd at it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like we take our especially homecoming and St. Patty's Day. Those are like the two big holidays that we take. Like we drink from like 7 a.m. till you pass out.
Were you in a fraternity?
I was not.
No,
but they're huge there. Yeah.
They are big.
They're huge. Yeah.
I never really understood fraternities. I don't know. What do they really do?
I think they
What's their
encourage
purpose?
like brotherhood or sisterhood.
That's their purpose?
Yeah, except some of the fraternity
Sense
like
of community?
sense of community, and they like make you have to keep a certain average to stay in it. So
Oh, really?
yeah, so you have to be like good academically, and there's a lot of charity work that comes along with like the Greek life.
Did you have? Did you get a scholarship?
I did for rugby
Oh,
for my
right.
first year, yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
and then I just
South African. It's good at rugby.
yeah, good at rugby. I started playing in BC though, only like 2 years before I left for
Had the blood.
university. Yeah,
It was
Yeah.
in there. Yeah.
yeah, it's awesome though. So
Yeah. Is that more popular rugby in South Africa than
no,
football?
cricket is.
Cricket is the
yeah,
most popular?
cricket's really
Yeah.
popular.
I heard that on another
Mhm.
podcast I listened to actually.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't remember which one, but yeah.
Yeah, cricket's huge in South Africa.
So what were you studying in Western?
I did a degree in Canadian American relations, so like
Really?
American, but I mostly like focused on
How is the
American
relationship?
side. From what I know, pretty good.
Yeah?
I mean, Stephen Harper has kind of screwed things over a little bit.
Like the Kyoto?
Yeah, Kyoto, and also just relations. Like USA has a lot of relationships with China and
Mm-hmm.
like Asia, of course.
Yeah.
And Stephen Harper kind of wants to move away from relations with Asia.
Really?
Really?
I
Yeah.
thought we were trying to get more.
We send so much shit to China.
I know.
We get a lot of shit back.
Yeah,
Everything we have here is
Everybody
made in
does. though.
China.
Everything's made there.
Yeah, they're the factory of the world.
exactly.
That's true.
That's-
why
that's
their fucking economy is just blowing up.
But that was
Yeah.
also part of the reasons how countries like Canada and the U.S. met the Kyoto Protocol, which was a
what is that?
It was like an agreement,
environmental agreement.
to lower your like
Carbon
environment-
emissions?
Yeah, carbon emissions.
Yeah, so you shut down like a bunch of factories in like America, and then you can meet your agreements, but you just move those factories to China, so it doesn't.
Doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, not to the air quality overall. Makes your country look a little bit better, but
Yeah.
the same factory is still producing the same stuff with the same emissions. It's just
Somewhere
on
else.
the other side of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Pollution knows no borders.
no,
It
it's just gonna come right
It
back.
affects everybody.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. That's basically how that happened.
Yeah.
But then I think Canada pretty well almost completely dropped out of that because the tar sands were polluting the air up like crazy,
Yeah.
and we were just like,
Let's keep going.
yeah.
What else though?
That was the end of that. That was when it first started to lose ground. Anyway, it's still like pretty popular.
It's still.
but it's still pretty powerful, but we kind of kicked it to the curb as a country.
It's not gonna. As long as it's making money, it's not.
Exactly.
I don't think Oh, the tar sands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to sacrifice something for
Yeah.
the economy.
Everything.
Everything.
Basically,
Yeah.
oil makes everything.
Everything.
Yeah. What were you? What was the? What were you gonna do with the degree with the American Canadian relations? Where does that lead to?
Well, I want to go to law school. That's ultimately my end goal. But
Yeah.
I'd like to work for an embassy at some point. I think
Oh,
that would
yeah?
be pretty
I
cool.
remember
Which
that
embassy?
saying.
Yeah.
Oh, a Canadian embassy, like
Or
a full-
the U.S. embassy.
You'd like to work for the U.S. embassy?
Yeah.
You can do that.
You can do that. Yeah, in Vancouver, you can be a Canadian.
that
work
works.
for the U.S. embassy. Yeah,
That's-
works for the U.S.
Oh.
embassy.
And do you get diplomatic plates?
That's if you become a diplomat, and
Yeah.
that's
No, not just a regular worker.
Yeah, not just a regular worker.
Those
yeah.
would be sweet. You
yeah,
see
you
those?
can
The
park
red license plate?
everywhere.
Yeah. You do anything.
you can
Drive
do
through red
anything.
lights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like have diplomatic immunity. That's crazy.
Yeah. No, that's a
Yeah.
baller job.
Yeah.
Well, what would you do at the embassy?
Just do like approve visas right now is all I could do with my degree.
So
Yeah.
what would you have? What would you want to get right into that, or would you have to work somewhere else first before?
Well, if I want to work for like the
For a
embassy
resume.
and do more like human rights kind of things,
yeah.
then I would have to obviously work my way up into that position. But I think with a law degree, you kind of like leap over and go straight into
So
it.
you don't even want to practice law.
Not really, no. No. I just want that degree.
Yeah.
Have you I put this on the Facebook post? You were accepted to Queen Mary
Yes.
in London,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah. It's
And you
What's
haven't been.
that? I don't know.
It's just a school in London, and I just
Yeah.
applied there because you don't need to write any of your to go to normal law school here. You would have to write your LSAT. And I haven't written mine yet, so I just applied to England to see if I could get in if I had the good enough grades.
My mom's uncle was the dean of the London School of Economics, and
Cool.
yeah, he was the dean there while Mick Jagger was a student.
No
Really?
way.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's pretty fucking
That's
cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I was going somewhere with that last question. I forgot what it was though. Something about a lawyer, American relations.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can't
We
remember.
can get back. to that. So what other schools are you considering?
I'm considering UBC, UVic, and then Washington University down in Seattle.
That would be fucking
Yeah, that school is amazing. And Bill
Really?
Gates,
Yeah.
He
Didn't he build them their
he
new
built the new
football
law
stadium
yeah
or
football
something?
stadium and the law school, and he's like a big part of the law supporter. Yeah, of the
That's
law
cool.
school.
Is Bill Gates from like Seattle
Yeah,
originally?
he
I know
yeah.
he lives there now. That's where he's from originally.
Yeah.
Apparently, because he lives in that area, and there's a whole bunch of other. I don't remember the exact area that he lives, like the name of it. Can you look that? Like where Bill Gates lives, like the town. But apparently, it is ranked like the richest, like city.
Because of him.
Well, just
I
any
think
city that he lives in
North
would be.
America.
Oh.
No, but you think about like San Francisco. How many techies? Like how many like
Yeah, they're not going to
self-starting?
equal Bill
like
Gates' fortune.
no,
Well, I
Bill-
guess a bunch of them, but
no, there's
still.
other guys. Like Google.
Google's there, yeah, in San Francisco.
Yeah. Is that where they are?
Yeah.
I thought they were in like
Yeah.
Silicon Valley.
Lake Washington and Medina.
Yeah, but isn't that? I thought Silicon Valley was like part of San Francisco.
I guess
It's
I don't even
Venice
know where it
Beach
is.
part of LA, is it not?
Yeah.
Like something like that. I don't know. I could be very wrong. I'm not good
Wow,
with geography
look at that.
at all. Wow.
That's his
I'm
mansion?
just looking at Bill
That's
Gates'
his-
house.
Lake. Yeah, this is house.
That's
What's
not that crazy
House
impressive
on
though.
Lake
Like it's nice.
What's the town?
It's not like over the top though.
Medina? Is that
You would
Medina.
You wouldn't think that guy was the richest guy in the world by that house.
No,
Cost
but what- I mean, what-
$63.2 million.
To build it?
I remember there were
Yes,
so many
in
things
7 years
about
to
it
build.
that they talked about, like that the house could do. I can't.
Yeah.
So many like electronic things that he was putting in it.
You know, you want to hear something interesting? You know the way they okay, so Bill Gates, the richest guy in the world, right?
Yeah.
Widely believed. But the
He's
only
not.
reason no, he's
not
not.
anymore. It's someone else.
Well, even them, the only people that are on that list are people that have to report their income
Mhm.
for like tax reasons. But there's a lot of other people that like work in the shadows that don't have to report their income that have
True.
even more money than like
Yeah,
Bill
I've heard
Gates
that.
or Buffett or the IKEA
Yeah.
guy or the Sultan of Brunei or Carlos Slim.
Mm-hmm.
Those are crazy.
What was that family?
They're people that own like
the
the
Rothwell?
bank
Rothwells,
No, the Rothschilds.
Rothschilds.
Yeah, they are most likely the richest family in the world.
Yeah.
But nobody knows how much money they have because
It's not
they've never
public
had to
record,
report it.
yeah.
Yeah.
They say no, I heard they did a thing. We looked it up on one of the other our podcasts. We talked
Yeah.
about it before. It was something ridiculous, like over $10 trillion.
Yeah, I can't remember. There's something they own
my
a
God.
really big chunk of land in the center of Switzerland, and just that piece of land alone is supposedly like worth more than Bill Gates' fortune.
Really?
That one piece.
That's
that one
crazy.
piece of land.
Yeah, I can't. They owned like 70 acres in the center of Switzerland.
But you were talking about
That's
something
crazy.
where
Or not in the center. I think it was Geneva.
it was
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
every time that money is printed, they got it into it where they got a
but
percentage
they owned
of
yeah.
every dollar printed in the American.
They
in
owned the
United
Bank
States.
of England and they owned a share in the Federal Reserve.
Yeah.
And yeah, so every dollar they print, a percentage of that dollar goes back to them,
That's
which is
crazy.
it's like really
Yeah.
crazy to
Like,
think about.
the
But
Federal Reserve is
you
that
would think a country would print its own money for nothing, but
Yeah.
for whatever reason, somehow they slipped in there, and they're like, "Oh,
Lucky
we'll
family, yeah.
we'll print the money for you, America.
We're already at
Just
50 minutes.
just pay us a little bit, and you can make a lot of money that way." But they don't. They just do it for like the States. They also do it for England and France. Well, before they got the euro, I don't know. I'm sure they're still in there somehow. But they,
Lucky family.
That's a lot of fucking money.
yeah, and they've been rich for centuries already.
So just old money.
Old
money.
money.
That's the way to do it.
So,
Yeah.
So what were the other schools that you were thinking about?
I
I think
meant-
that was the original question. And
Yeah,
somehow we got
that
there.
went to that.
That's what we do.
Oh, I
on the
think
show.
yeah, Washington, and
Yeah.
then anywhere pretty much on the West Coast is pretty much open to
UBC,
me.
SFU.
SFU.
I've-
I don't think SFU has a law school.
Yeah, that's where this guy said he was going. That I would talk to.
SFU
He
has
said
a law
That's
school?
what he said.
Really?
Alright.
Maybe it's
Maybe
bullshit.
it's a new
Who
one.
knows?
Hmm.
It was weird. He was like usually the security guys. They all wear like black dress pants.
Maybe he was just taking a criminology course.
Or,
Maybe he was
like,
just
yeah,
getting started.
There's like different, or like a paralegal course.
No,
Yeah.
he said he was already a lawyer and then came here.
Yeah, I
And
know,
that
but
was-
he would have to start from the beginning.
Or maybe he's doing like a
So he could just be
recertification period,
doing
like,
some like prelims.
program. Yeah,
So SFU doesn't.
I don't think
Do-
SFU has a law program. like a law school,
It says.
Yeah.
So you wanted to be a lawyer and not to, and
and then
then.
not practice law. Yeah.
But doesn't it take like 7 years?
It takes 3 years.
3? That's
yeah,
it?
4 if you want to do a master's in law. And it takes only 2 years if you go to England.
Really?
Yeah, with it, cause
Where'd this 7 number
So is
come
that-
from? I had in my head then.
Well,
Why
it's
was it
4
thinking-
years of your like degree,
degree, and then
and
Oh.
then your
And you
2
already
years,
have
you
a
add it
degree.
up.
yeah, I already did 4 years of my degree.
So it'd be 3 more years.
So I just have 3 more years. Yeah.
Ah.
3 to
So
4 more
do you
years.
have a like? Are you kind of set on one yet, or
I really want to go to Washington University.
Yeah.
That is like my dream.
Yeah.
And because they have a really good law program there.
Yeah.
That was where the shooting was not too long ago, wasn't it?
Seattle Pacific University
No,
was
it's
the
different.
shooting.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Okay.
But Ted Bundy, the serial killer,
Yeah.
famous serial killer,
Yeah.
picked his prey at Washington University.
Really?
When I went for
Ted
a tour
Bundy was
there,
from the Seattle
yeah.
area?
Yeah, I think
Ooh.
so. It's one of those big serial killers. I think it was Ted Bundy. I'm actually 100% sure.
I have no
about that.
idea. I know the name and I know he's freaky.
But
bastard,
I
but have no
think
idea where he's
we
from.
went on a tour there and they showed us like his
we got 2 people
hunting
watching.
ground.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah,
What's up, people?
that's cool.
Peace. What's the deal with you know, lawyers always have like the weirdest, strangest sex lives.
What?
They're like
I've
they're
heard that.
they have the highest rate to get prostitutes.
Yeah, I
Most
I
like
think it's just
people
kind of
in the legal system in general.
embedded into because they work so much. They're literally like a lot of lawyers. I think work like 16-hour days, so they don't have time to have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever, and they just do that. That's I don't know. That's what I would figure.
But they also up to like freaky shit in the bedroom even when they're married.
Or is
I don't
it-
know what, but I read an article a
Look
long
at-
time
Maybe
ago. that
because
said
they
that-
talk-
Remember, there was that judge from like I think she was from Manitoba a while ago, Canadian Supreme Court judge. I can't remember what her name was, but someone found her and she was like on this like swingers website,
Really?
like yeah, and they had like video of her and like doing like porn and that.
Maybe because like lawyers and judges and that they live their life lying, basically. For a lot of it. A lot of it they're bullshitting. So like when they get to
Twisting
their
the
sexual
truth
life,
anyway.
they don't want to fucking lie anymore. They want to do what the fuck they want to do.
Mhm.
So they get hookers and they pay people to allow them to act out these fantasies that they want to act out.
Yeah.
That could be it.
It's kind of weird. Someone like being in the legal system doing something illegal like that all the time.
Lawyers are actually the most like I've met a couple of crazy
Unscrupulous.
lawyers who just do everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they don't care because they
Hmm.
feel like they're above the.
They
like,
know that
they know the
right
laws.
people.
They know how to
the
get
right
out of it if
people.
they were in
Yeah,
real trouble.
exactly.
What's
Yeah.
the biggest lawyer that ever went down for something serious?
Didn't
Yeah.
O.J. Simpson's lawyer?
He died of like a heart attack. Or
But
something.
didn't
All
something
of his
happen
defense
after the
team
O.J.
Ken
would
Starr?
not have died.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
didn't something happen after the O.J. case? Something about him? He got caught in a scandal or something? I can't.
Yeah, he did something in Vegas and he got caught in a scandal. OJ. Oh, are you talking about his lawyer?
No, his lawyer.
Oh,
I don't remember that. His lawyer wasn't it Ken Starr?
No.
The
It
one
might be.
that-
Oh, that was
the-
Bill Clinton's
the,
lawyer.
The big name was.
Or no, that was Monica
Kardashian.
Lewinsky's lawyer.
What?
The Kardashian was
O.J.'s lawyer?
yeah, he was on the Dream Team. Yeah.
Jenner?
Yeah, the Dream Team. Not
Mhm.
Jenner. That's
No.
Kardashian's
He's
dad.
dead now, but he
Oh.
was on. OJ's,
Yeah, I remember what he looked like
What
too.
the fuck was his name?
If the
though?
glove
What
don't
was
fit,
his
you
last
must have
name?
quit.
Yeah.
That was
he
the
came
saying.
up-
If
yeah.
the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
Yeah, but wasn't his last name wasn't Kardashian.
No!
Yeah, it was someone else. But why do they have that last name?
His
Jenner, wasn't it?
No, because
No.
Jenner's the new one now. Because Kris may or may not have cheated on her original Kardashian husband with Bruce
gotcha.
Jenner. Yeah.
He's fucked up now.
Have you seen pictures of him? He looks like
I
he
did
looks
see
so
one picture.
weird.
Yeah.
He looks like a girl.
Yeah.
And
It's
he was
weird
in the
when people
Olympics.
go-
That's all he's known for, isn't it? Something-
Yeah, he
He's
won
probably
an
more
Olympic
known
medal.
now than
Now,
he is
yeah,
for
but
the
before
Olympics.
all that.
It's
That's
weird
all
when
it
people go
was.
too far with the plastic surgery and nobody tells them like, "Hey, you have a problem. You're starting to look like a lizard."
But probably because their
Maybe you should
friends
cool it
are
off.
doing the same
I was
shit.
gonna- yeah, because if you're in
The
that
people they are
circle,
around.
because Kris Jenner got a lot of plastic surgery done herself. Too.
Who's that? Who's Kris Jenner?
You know Kim Kardashian?
Yeah.
Her mom.
Okay.
So you did
Her name's
a
Chris. Did
Kris,
not know.
yeah.
you did a wine course.
I did.
In
History
while you
of
were there.
wine.
And
Yeah.
yet you're here drinking
Is that
knowledge
one
in
of
your
your-
draft.
Was that one of your favorite courses?
It was probably one of my favorite courses. Yeah.
What kind of stuff did you?
We learned about just like the wine trade in Europe where it began, and then we just drank wine.
Oh, yeah.
So
So-
tasted different types of wine.
If you had to drink like a wine from a region for the rest of your life, are you gonna go America, like Napa Valley, or are you gonna go to France?
Well, like America is like new world wine.
yeah,
Or Spain. Isn't Spain
and
really good?
Italian and Spain wine.
yeah,
are
they do
old
have lots of
school,
good wines,
yeah.
but traditionally, like the pinnacle was like France,
I always thought
But a lot of
Italy and
people-
France were right.
and me
Together.
included think that like the American stuff tastes better.
Really?
It tastes
I like.
better now.
Do you ever drink French wine?
I've had I knew it once.
French wine is
J-Lo is from,
Oh, that stuff is fucking delicious.
and that's not even that high end. When you go to like Oregon, you can buy a bottle of J-Lo for like $10. Here it costs
Like-
30.
No, it's
It's
20,
crazy.
25.
Yeah.
I think.
It's because
25.
they're made differently. Like French wines use very traditional ways of making winemaking, and they don't use certain berries, and it's very much on the land, what the land can give them. So
Right.
there are a lot. You have to be like a really, really like wine connoisseur to enjoy French wines.
Okay.
Um,
So if you don't really have
If
your
you
taste buds tuned in,
yeah,
you probably
go
might
with,
not
like,
think it tastes that great.
yeah, go with like a California or like South African, Australian wine.
The sweeter
Australian
stuff.
wines
Yeah.
are good, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like the sweet
because
stuff.
they're like French wines and Italian wines are really dry, and you really have to have a palate for it.
I like it.
And you
I
have
like
to-
dry wine.
I
Yeah.
like dry wine too. I love dry wine.
But I think the
But I
thing
like
is,
sweet
like,
wine
that's
too.
why so many people they'll drink the expensive wines and they'll think it's gross
Yeah.
because you don't
Because you don't have
know when
Exactly.
You gotta work your palate up. It's
Yeah.
just like drinking scotch.
And also the food
That's
you
true.
eat plays
That
a
is
huge
true.
part.
Although anybody who tries Dalwhinnie goes, "This is fucking delicious."
No, there would be people that don't like it.
not that drink Scotch. Like anybody who's ever tried Scotch and then tries it, no matter how much, is gonna like Dalwhinnie.
It's the smoothest
wants
one
to
I've
do it
tasted
again.
so far.
Yeah.
But I've been hovering around the $100 range for a long time now.
I drop.
It takes a lot of
man, I
balls
try,
to
like,
break into the $200 range.
$50 range. I drink. It just gets, especially with this podcast, it just gets devoured.
Oh, we got a lot
It's
of
your turn.
thirsty.
It's your turn to
a lot of thirsty
contribute,
guests.
Bottle.
I'll bring some Valentines or something.
Ew. Come on, man.
Some doers.
Even like McClellan's is good.
Yeah,
That's
it
like
is
$50 or $60 wine. That's not bad.
I bought a 15-year-old Macallan when I was in Oregon. It was like $100.
Mhm.
Wasn't as good as I was hoping though.
No.
Apparently, like Macallan is supposed to be one of the ultimate
Yeah.
scotches you can get, but I think you got to go above 15 years. You
Mm.
start getting in that 20-year region.
Yeah, because they have one at the Aldi Road liquor store that's like $100.
Yeah, in James
Yeah.
Bond movie, the last James Bond movie, what was that one called?
Only one I can think of is Casino Royale.
There's Christina
Quantum of Solace.
Yeah,
Skyfall?
yeah.
Skyfall.
Skyfall.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
It was Skyfall.
Nice.
Yeah, remember that scene when
Skyfall.
they were on that abandoned island and he shot the glass of scotch off the chick's head?
Yeah.
That was a 50-year-old Macallan. And I went to the liquor store looking for that. I'm like, I seen James Bond drinking this. I gotta get some.
I want to drink.
And they're
Yeah,
like-
good reason.
And that was a 50-year-old Macallan. And they're like, sir, we have a 25-year Macallan, if that will meet your needs, but it's $25,000. I'm like, don't bother looking anymore for 50
$25,000.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I presume
And
the
they had it at the
50-year-old was
liquor store?
$50,000? Pardon?
And they had it at the liquor store.
I would have had to order it.
Oh, okay.
And probably prepay. If I didn't have to prepay, I would have just ordered it to look at it.
At least
See if I
you
could have
need
caught
a-
a cent from around the
down
cab or
there.
something.
That's for sure. So
How many people would you go in on that? $1,000 gets you one shot.
Gets
You
me
win?
one shot.
I don't know. Fuck,
All right,
I don't
listeners,
know. I don't
we
know.
need 20.
We need
three more
23
people.
more people
Are you in?
with $1,000.
I
That's
don't
You can
think
split it for a
Scotch.
half a shot.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
500
we need
each.
500
yeah.
for a half an ounce.
We're gonna have to have some
Yes.
pretty strict measuring. People will be upset if they get shorted.
Fuck,
We'll
how
end up
rich-
opening like $100 if we're off by like an eighth.
How rich do you have to be to be able, like, what kind of
That's disposable
Yeah.
that you have.
like
Yeah.
25,000? Like, what do you think you would have to make in a year to be able to say, I'll buy that $25,000?
At least 25,000.
Obviously,
minimum.
I'm gonna say even if you made $1 million a year, you would never buy that.
No.
No,
I don't think so.
no,
You
it
have
would be
too much
unwise.
money.
It would be unwise.
If you had like a mortgage and like car payments,
Yeah.
no, you couldn't buy that.
But let
If
me
made
tell
$1
you
million
a story about this guy.
I don't understand how it's
Oh, I'll
worth
just wait with this.
that much. Go. I'm like, seriously, how does it? What makes it?
Because
worth
when you get, it
25,000?
isn't really
The
worth that. Once you
agent.
get into that range, you have something that nobody else produces in the world, and you can put on whatever price tag you want.
But it just amazes me that anybody would buy it.
As long
Like, it
as
would
long as
have
there
to-
are people wouldn't buy it just for the flavor. Obviously, it doesn't
Hold
taste
on.
50,000 times better than the shit that we're drinking, but people have it for status.
Okay, but
That's it.
just a second.
Yeah.
there's got to be a limit though, because what in your life? What is the? If you were to pick one thing that has made like given you the best feeling in the world ever, what would you pick?
Blowjobs.
Sex, blowjobs, and you get that shit almost for free.
I don't know about that.
But what I'm saying is, what would possess someone to spend $25,000 on a shot that I guarantee you is not going to be better than sex? That you would still pick if you had the shot.
Well,
of
maybe
that in
if
front
you
of you, and that
obviously
like,
McAllen's not hiring you to be their salesman.
what
They've got
would-
someone else much better at it.
Yeah, but what one would you
Guy
pick?
must be a wizard.
For the rest of your life, you get one of these. You either get to drink as much of this as
Depends
you
how
want,
old I was.
or you
If I
get
was
to have
80, I
sex.
might just go with the scotch.
Yeah, if you're 80, but that's a pretty damn
Maybe
small
that's their market.
pool of people.
Maybe that's their market.
Oh shit, we're probably live. Shit. Go back live. There we go. No.
Either way, it's way out of my price range. I wouldn't buy. It is a silly purchase.
I think if I
But
was
it would
making
be
the right
fun.
amount of money,
If I had enough
It'd be
money,
fun
like
to
if I had my
buy it,
own
yeah.
plane and shit, I would definitely buy some.
and you know what? I know so
Okay.
many people from Western who have their own private jets.
What?
Yeah.
Did you get to go a ride on them?
No, I wish, but no.
Fuck. You know how much private plane costs? Not even the cost of just the plane. Think about how much you have to have a pilot sitting there all
And
the time.
gas
And the fuel.
fuel, and you have to pay these
The maintenance.
and everything.
You gotta have some scotch on there. You have to have
Yeah.
it well stocked.
Yeah.
That's the only way
People
to
at
fly.
Western are rich though. Like
They're all.
they're all very, very rich.
So you,
Mostly people from where? Are they mostly Canadians? Or are they out of country?
You know what? There's a lot of people from Dubai.
Is there?
Yeah, like one of
Wow.
our really good friends, he was from Dubai, and we would go out with him, and he easily spent $1,000. He would get bottles. We never spent. I don't think I ever spent $1 on drinks when I went out with him.
Really?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Guys,
That's the female
were
advantage.
there, was he doing that for guys at all, or just?
No, his-
Wait, you thinking of
his
going to
table-
college?
No, what I'm saying is, I'll
Give me
just
this
think,
guy's number.
When was the last time a guy went to a bar and there was some rich chick there that was just throwing out shots for guys? All the guys were huddling around, and there's some girl at the bar just buying shots. You want a shot? You want a shot?
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
No.
How low would you go to get the shot? I wouldn't go very
I
low.
can go for
Yeah, probably.
no. Yeah,
I mean,
It would
you
Just to
could-
get a shot?
it depends on what the shot was. And
Tequila. Jose Cuervo.
no, fuck no.
No, no tequila.
No, definitely not. Well, I like tequila, but I
Oh,
have,
you-
I have a bottle of Patron here.
Oh, well,
We
why didn't you bring that up?
Yeah.
We could dip in.
It's a good thing you mentioned that. I suddenly got thirsty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you, Ashley.
Nice
Oh.
ass. Huh? Sorry.
So no comment on the freaky lawyer sex stuff? Have you heard of that? What's going
I
on
just
there?
talked to my brother, so.
yeah.
There's like some kind of psyche behind it.
That lawyers, maybe it's because they live such like stressful lives and work their
It's
hours
supposed to
are
release?
so long. I can see it. I can. See
I just
it.
think that they bullshit all day. When they get home, they don't want to fucking lie. They just want to do what they want to do without fucking.
But I don't
feeling
think
weird
that's
about
much
it.
of a career thing. I'm sure lots of people have.
No, apparently
That's
there
true.
was
Yeah.
there was a
That's true.
study.
I think it's a person.
Well, true, but for whatever reason, that type of person, lots of them went into that type of career. But it's also like there are different like lines of work which come with like different like sex traits. Like apparently, like fighter pilots, like American fighter jet pilots, they have a lot of them like share wives. For some reason, yeah, it's like a
Weird.
thing between them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember we talked about that
yeah.
before because just a shot glass. We'll just pass around it. Each person can. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that works. Perfect.
It's a good thing I took a cab here.
Just throw one in. Nice.
Yeah. So
No, I remember we talked about that before
But
because of the. I read that in Sex at Dawn. Is that
Did
where
you?
you got it from?
I don't even remember where I heard that.
They do it. Yeah, I think
It was
that's where
probably
you
from this
heard it.
podcast
It's
that we
the
talked
book.
about it. Maybe,
I'm pretty sure.
but that's another weird coupling of like a certain type of job with like a certain type of like sexual distinction or like a prevalence of it anyway.
Okay, so lawyers
Yeah.
have freaky stuff. When
Well, that's
when
what I
go to law
heard.
school,
And,
I'll
and
check it
apparently
out.
a lot
I'll
of them
ask
get
around.
prostitutes. Now we need to get a fighter pilot going in to get the goods on the wife swapping.
You know
You
what?
want a wife swap?
No, that's not what I said. I
So
wanted
why-
the information.
Just about what
On the
goes
fighter
on, why they
pilots.
do it?
Well, that's an interesting topic, don't you think?
I do. I think so.
Like, it would be like if all the electricians were like swapping wives, don't you think people would want to know why?
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
What is it? I think it's just because of the nature of their. I think people know it's the nature of their job. There's a high possibility they're not going to come home, so they want to know that there's another person out there that cares for their wife as much as they do.
Yeah, that was the explanation I heard.
Yeah, that's from the book.
Oh, that was from the book.
That's from Sex and Dawn. Man.
Shit, I can't
I'm
remember. I
looking
got
through
that.
that shit now.
You've picked it back up again.
Yeah.
What page are you on now?
170 or something.
170. You broke 100.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, you did get
But that's
that.
only in like the last like 3 weeks. I've been reading like crazy.
You know, I was giving you a lot of
For
shit
me.
about that for not even like getting anywhere on that, but then suddenly I just even gave up on the audiobook.
And you didn't even listen to the whole book.
No!
Fuck.
And I was just listening to it.
I guess we're going over. Oh well, we'll just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, another little bit. We got the fights tape, so we can watch them whenever.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of fell off. I think what was happening was I was listening to that stuff as I was going to sleep, and then I would fall asleep, and the book would keep playing, and then I just got really mixed up and lost where I was in the book, and
It
then I
is
was
a-
like, quit this shit.
You honestly, reading for me because I don't read a lot. So this book is pretty. I think it's a pretty high caliber, like the way.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a step up from
wording
Men's
and-
Health.
For sure, exactly. That's the only other thing I've ever read, and as you can see.
Oh, yeah. Just reading about it does wonders for your physique.
Yeah, that's true. I don't
Yeah.
do anything in there.
Yeah.
that I read. Shit, I lost my train of thought now. Oh, it's so. What I think is, I don't know. I forgot what I was talking about.
You're talking
It was
about
the book and how
It's a
it's.
higher-
how they have a dangerous job and they like to switch wives because
No, that's
if
not-
something happened to them, then their life would
No,
No,
I
no,
think
no,
it's
but I was
been
talking
a long
about the
time
book.
since you read.
how hard the reading is.
Oh, a lot of big words in there.
There's a lot of big words in there.
Okay.
Which I don't remember what we were talking about before that. I had a point I was going to make about why it's like that.
It was tough to read. You need to be
Tough to get
intellectual.
into.
I don't know. Maybe you need
Oh,
to
for
go to
me,
Western.
that's all it is.
Fall asleep.
That's pretty much it. Is I read that thing. I can't read very much at a time, and for me, really, I should be writing notes on that.
Well,
Like,
if,
that's
if you're
tough for
really
me and go back.
Here-
Because it's that.
yeah, if you're studying the book, here's how I read a book. I read a book and I get an overview of it, and I don't like. Sometimes I'll go back and reword a sentence or reread it if it was like really friggin' confusing.
Yeah.
But if I get the gist of a novel, that's good enough for me.
Yeah, fair enough. But I'm talking
I'm not
like,
writing an essay on it.
to remember things and points that I read in the book.
What are you gonna
Really?
like? Try some of this shit out?
No, I'm just saying when we talk about
I'm
it.
gonna reference that point later.
No. But when
Fighters
But it'd
swapping
be
wives.
nice, like anything I read. Like I read a lot of articles. I read a good one today. But
That's the
I
same
have a
problem.
hard time remembering the stuff I read. When I'm
Well,
reading it, I'm
why,
like, oh yeah.
Why don't
and
we
I
ask
think
someone
about it.
that's been to university? How do you remember your shit? I can't remember shit when I read.
Are you just
either.
one of those people that remembers
things
everything?
that I watch? I can't remember.
You just study it. You read it over and over and over again. Yeah.
That's why I was horrible
That's
at
kind of
math.
what I did. Or you
It took
just
me so long to learn long division.
you kind of the easiest way to remember things is by like teaching it to someone else.
Yeah.
So that was kind of
Take a
how
shot.
I learned it.
Oh.
First shot on the show.
Let's have a little
Excellent.
cheers to the African penguin.
It's
Yeah.
called a
Hey,
jackass,
man,
right?
that's our
Jackass?
guest. Settle down.
Ouch.
You're calling her the African penguin?
Man, we talked
Cheers.
about this already. Cheers. Oh.
You know, I don't shoot too much tequila anymore. Actually, I don't shoot too much anything anymore.
That's so
I
much
still-
better.
Tequila is a really, really distinct
Woo!
taste in your mouth.
Brings me back to my
That-
college days.
Compared
Yeah, how old are
to
21.
21.
Wow.
So they're not that far behind you.
no,
are they?
they're not. They're like 3 months.
Takes me back to my Mustangs days.
Compared to
Just like
fucking
7
Jose.
years ago.
Like, have you had when was the last time you had Jose?
I avoid that shit like the plague.
I had some. I think the last time we went to Dublin.
I have to
or
be
something,
really
I-
drunk. to
Yeah.
have Oh
No,
no!
at the
I was
wedding,
shooting it at the
yeah,
wedding.
At Toss wedding, we were having tequila.
Yeah, they were serving it in those little thimbles. I had a lot. I probably had like
Does
7
that
or 8
bring you
shots
back?
of it.
Yeah.
It does, but that is good. That Patron is fucking good.
Did I tell you what happened to me?
No.
I went at the very end of the night. You guys were already gone. What time did you leave at? You guys.
We don't know how we got home.
You took the
No,
shuttle.
we don't remember. No, we did not. We got in someone's truck.
Yeah.
That was the shuttle.
What?
Oh.
It was
Who was driving?
it was a Dodge Caravan.
No, it was a truck I got into.
You were in it.
I wasn't in it.
No, you weren't. I got into a truck. I think it was with either Dale
That's scary.
or
Dale drove Knobs and Kohler home with all
not
of the
home.
girls.
He
To
drove them. Yeah,
Harrison.
so he drove. Yeah, that's who.
So how big was this truck?
I don't know.
We
We
were
were
sitting
sitting
on
on
each
people's
other's
laps.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you were with them. Anyway, I left after that. I went outside to take a piss, and I put my beer on the ground. Then I bent over to pick it back up, and I threw my back out. I almost had to crawl back into my house at the end of the night. I took a friggin' shuttle all the way from the Sasquatch Inn back to Aldergrove, and I was
What?
all seized up in my
There was
seat.
a shuttle that went all the way to Aldergrove?
Well, we had to grease the guy,
Fuck.
but he was heading that way anyway, me and Tubby. And I was in so much pain by the time I got home from bending over and picking up a friggin' beer.
Man,
It was serving me right though. I was getting greedy with the free beers. I was like making a big stash outside. I was squirreling them away for winter. I had like all of these beers out there, and I was like slamming them back. And I was gonna take some for the ride home, and I fucked my back. And I couldn't carry anymore.
buddy, we stayed in the Sasquatch Inn. That was fucking gross.
I can't believe. Yeah, she showed me pictures.
The comforter had
You were
like
squatching it.
cigarette burns in it. The sheets seemed pretty clean. The sink was right at the foot of the bed instead
Really?
of in the bathroom.
Just in case you got jalapeno sauce on your nuts.
I guess, yeah. I didn't have any milk on me at the time.
That wasn't the lube!
That wouldn't have helped at all.
No.
Yeah, that's a good time.
What was the last thing you used these gloves for?
You were just there for a night, right?
One
It
long
was
Long
one
night.
It wasn't that bad.
Luckily, I had so much tequila. that I
Yeah.
just passed out.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I don't remember probably like the last hour of that.
I don't
either.
remember. I remember getting to the parking
Nice
lot.
spot.
Me too.
And
Good
from
wedding.
the parking lot into the room and then waking up in the morning, I don't remember shit. I remember waking up at like 3 a.m. with the worst headache ever. I literally got up and was
That's
like,
the tequila for
when
you.
I get a headache,
That's how you know you've had cheap shitty tequila.
I can't lay down. Like that's the worst
Oh,
thing I can do.
So bad.
So I get up and I walk around, but it was like a migraine. Like it hurt. Like it felt like my brain was gonna explode.
Really?
Yeah, like it was fucking painful. So I'm like walking around, thought I was gonna throw up, never did. I'm like walking into the bathroom. It's like a tiny room. I'm walking into the bathroom, then out, and then around the bed, and then into the bathroom, and then like just walking, just holding my head like this, and then I took a couple of it finally started to kick in. I put like a wet cloth and lie down, and but I do that here even. Like in my apartment, I'll get out of my room, I'll walk down the hallway, and I'll walk in the living room, and then I'll walk down the hallway to my room, and then I'll walk back. Like if I have a bad headache, that's the only. Lying down is the worst thing for it for me.
For headaches?
Yeah, when I wake up with a headache after drinking, laying down makes it so much worse.
I haven't had a headache for years.
Really? That's all I get if I'm
Never get
hungover.
You're hungover.
I
That's not bad.
barely ever puke.
Yeah.
I would rather puke because usually you feel better after.
That's-
you
Headaches are weird. Like, why suddenly does your brain hurt?
I think there's not enough blood.
Your
Yeah.
blood's like alcohol thins your blood, and then when you're
Get poor
alcohol,
circulation?
It's like
Okay, hold on. Say that again. Say it again. They can hear you from here.
It has to do with like the thinning effects of alcohol in your blood, and then when you aren't so drunk, it like isn't that what it is? It's
Yeah,
like
it doesn't get to your brain or something
Yeah.
fast enough. So
That's why your head
But some
hurts.
people get like headaches when they don't even drink.
This
How
is-
come? Okay, how
so
come
this
I
is-
don't get a headache when I drink?
This is what I've heard though. Like if
Am I
that's-
Do I have the ultimate brain?
you have
That
all
might
the
be-
other-
That might be why your head hurts, but I remember listening to one of the Joe Rogan podcasts, and it was with Dr. Carl Hart, who is a addictions expert,
Yeah.
and what he was saying was what it literally is when you're hungover, when your body hurts, you feel dehydrated, your stomach hurt, all of that is basically urine withdrawals.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
That's why you feel that way.
That's
And
true.
alcohol is the only substance they know that you can actually die from when it comes to withdrawals.
That's what they think.
Everything
I
else
believe that,
is
yeah.
basically they say when
what's
you
that
have
girl's name? The British pop singer.
Amy
Oh,
Amy Winehouse. That's
Yeah.
what they think
she
she
died
died
from
from.
withdrawals. Yeah,
Dilated,
lots of
alcohol.
people do.
dilated blood vessels.
Dilated blood vessels. Okay.
Yeah, but a lot of people die. Well, from drinking alcohol, like puking into their mouth while they're on their back and drowning.
Yeah, that's
that's
true.
Yeah.
But it can actually shut your body down.
Yeah.
With
Or
alcohol.
you can
no
get
other substance can do
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
The only reason you would die is if you with heroin you can overdose.
Yeah.
but I believe, and then cocaine. But I think it'll
No, you can have overdose with anything, even like nicotine. You can have too much and die.
No,
Yeah.
but it would have to be a fucking ridiculous number.
Yeah.
Because you can't, like, if you wanted to die from smoking weed, you would have to smoke
Well, there's no
like 20
nicotine.
pounds.
There's no nicotine in weed.
No, I know. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is with nicotine, what do they call it? Fuck, I can't remember. There's a name for, like, what they call their test for when
I
you
can't remember
have
what that's
to
called. That's
check.
not important. But no, you can any
something
type of
does.
drug you can have. Even if it's salt, you can have too much and die.
That's
That's true.
salt. Yeah, that's
You
true.
have like
True.
a
Yeah.
Like that mummy blogger. You know?
I think you can even have too much
Everybody else
water
will
and
get
die.
You can,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah,
chug
that's
too much
true.
water, you
That's
can die.
true.
Yeah.
I have heard that before.
So there goes that theory.
But yeah, I know drinking too much alcohol from school, I would get liquor, like the liquor
The shakes?
Oh yeah.
And I couldn't.
That's
yeah,
a-
that's crazy.
When you're younger,
that
you
freaks
don't
me
think
out.
that. But that's obviously where like hair of the dog comes from. Is
Yeah.
like, hey, you are with
You know-
withdrawals. Keep drinking.
Yeah, that's why I would keep. That's why you drink Monday to Monday. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, keep it going. You know when I get the worst shakes? Was drinking combat juice.
Oh,
That
fuck, yeah.
shit fucked
Because
me up
it's
the
the
next day.
sugar though too.
Yeah, I
With
think that is what it
There's
was.
so much sugar in
Insane
combat
combat
juice.
Yeah.
Combat juice is fucking amazing for any of you listeners that are
You want to have a real
younger
party?
than 25.
You
Yeah.
can't
fucking
have a
combat
baseball
juice.
game without it.
What? Is,
Not
I've
a
never
proper
heard
one.
of combat.
Combat
juice.
juice.
Oh, and I thought you went to the party
I
school.
know.
Turns out it was Aldergrove after all.
Is it like porch climb?
It's five
No, it's not.
2 6s that you pour into a big tub.
Okay.
Then you put with the 5 2 6s you put in
Well, it
couple
was
beers.
a bottle of gin,
yeah
a bottle of vodka,
Yeah.
a bottle of Jack Daniels,
No.
a bottle of tequila, and a
bottle of rum.
Bottle
No,
of
there's
rum.
no Jack Daniels. It's a bottle of
Yeah.
white rum, dark rum.
Yeah, that is what it was.
There's a bottle of vodka, bottle of tequila, and bottle of gin.
Then you throw in a bottle of
I
grenadine.
know. I think there's one more.
Whatever, we're close.
Either
enough.
way,
Then you throw in a bottle of grenadine. Then you throw in
a
2 liters of orange juice, 2 liters of Sprite.
No, a liter of Sprite and a liter of 7-Up. That's it.
Okay.
We always doubled it. Though.
Yeah, but we used to make double
Okay.
batches, so you double everything.
Yeah.
But then we kicked it up a notch by throwing a whole case of Red Bull in there too.
And
And that was the
And
time I
then
had the
before
before
shakes
that,
real bad.
you put 2 beers in as well. That's the only other thing.
Yeah, we
I
just
think.
did that for sport. But,
But it tastes
surprisingly,
so
we
good.
like it actually. Without bullshit, it does taste
It's
good.
delicious,
Somehow-
and that's the
So you
problem.
drink taste
Some
alcohol?
way,
But what you
it's
do-
like all the alcohol mixed together, and like we're just gonna give up.
The
and
thing that
taste
makes
good.
it
we're gonna lose that
makes
bitter
it last like the whole day. We
It's
had
the grenadine
usually like 50
and a
people,
lot of ice. Put a lot of
but
ice.
you pour it like say you have like a whatever they are 3 feet by 1.5 foot tub like a cooler.
Yeah, just-
You put like you fill
We
that
just
half
dump it
full
into
with
a big
ice and
cooler.
then you pour that in ice so it liquefies and you get a little bit more out of it. So people would just come with their red Solo cup.
That
Scoop
sounds
it
so
up,
drink it.
dangerous.
It was so much
I
fun.
like to
we had
party.
so many good nights with that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm gonna,
fuck, the Legion, the Elder Grove
that
Legion.
One day.
We should patent it. Do you think they'd let us sell it at the liquor store?
No.
No, you just make it. Just make
That's-
it.
Of course you
And
can
make
just
it
make
like
it. That's
that.
what we did.
No, but
I've got this great idea. We can just make it.
It could go under.
Well, thank you.
No. But what I'm saying is, you could put it under like in the wine area because it probably
In the wine area.
Well, how many? I bet you it's about the same percent because one cup.
Yeah, but wine is different. It's made from grapes.
No, I know, but
That's
what
what
I'm
wine
saying
is. You can't
they-
just put it in the wine
I
area.
think.
There's a combat wine.
Listen, you motherfucker.
Oh, sorry.
Usually, if you go into a liquor store, yeah, you have your wine, you have your
Patron's good.
beer, and you have your rum and your scotch. It's in the areas when you go into a liquor store by percentage, basically. Your wine is somewhere
it's not.
around
It's
10.
by type.
12 to 13.
It's
Yeah.
by type. It's not by percentage.
No,
That's
but
not how
it's-
they're putting those things on the shelves.
But they
You have
are.
your whiskey section,
Because
your rum
where would
section,
you find
your
sangria?
sangria would
Would be
probably
with
be in the wine.
Because of the percent.
Because it's made
Made
from
with
grapes.
wine.
Not because of the
Wine.
percent.
Yeah.
Sangria isn't just made from grapes. It's
No,
two
it's
things put
yeah,
together.
but they have other wines that are blended too, and they have champagne, and they
It's
have ice
brandy,
wine,
right,
and
though?
they have
Brandy's
white wine,
with
and they
it?
have red
Yeah.
wine.
Yeah, but brandy's base is like brandy is like fortified wine in it.
Yeah. Have
It
you
seems
all
to me
these
it's by
years
percentage?
been thinking it's by percentage
Because where do you find ciders?
with
By
the beer?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but it,
But I think
Ah,
but
okay, I don't know what, but ciders aren't whipped. ciders aren't with the beer mingled in there. They're always at the end of the beer.
They're still
It's like
in the beer
no,
section.
they're next to the beer. Everything is next to
And
something.
oh hey, think about this. The light beer is all together.
Yeah,
Why is that?
it's in the light beer
Because
section,
it's
you
a
idiot.
lower percentage.
No.
Really?
Yes, yes,
Verification.
yes.
Do you
Know how dumb you are.
No. What's going there? You know how there's like some beers that are like different percentages, and notice how they don't group them all together.
But
They're spread out throughout the entire.
But they still go.
In the beer section because they're beer.
But the higher percentage beers are together.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
They're mingled in. They're all different, and they don't have a section for like higher. Like 90 proof whiskeys.
Yeah, they do.
They're all in with the other
But
whiskeys.
they are.
And it goes by brand.
But
Notice,
all of
like,
that.
when you go in there, you idiot, there's a sign that says wine.
Okay, hold on. You want to know why?
That's why they're there.
You know why
It
that
doesn't say 15 percenters. It says wine.
Okay, I just realized we're both right.
Oh, did
Think
you?
about this.
I think you realized you're wrong.
No, think about this.
I would like to see how you spin this to you being right.
Stop yelling and just listen.
Sorry.
If you think about it, they are still separated in higher like levels of alcohol, but then you get into the section of all that higher, like all the rums and the vodkas, whiskeys. That's all the highest percentage of alcohols. They're all together, and then within that section, they're separated by percentages. The higher level percentages are together in that section.
Yeah, but they're in like the whiskey section.
But but all those alcohols are already all the same. You're not going to find a whiskey that's 10% in that section.
Because whiskey isn't 10% by definition. If it was 10%, it would be whiskey.
I disagree.
Okay,
Think about it. If you
have
look
the right
at
to disagree.
any of the sections, where do you see more of a variance than like 5% in alcohol in any section in the Maybe we're both right. Maybe they both were.
Maybe one of us is right.
Yeah, me.
All right.
Just saying.
I hope we
Think
get
about
some
it.
feedback from Tubby from this.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Or maybe we can get some pictures for the
I got a question.
the
for you.
50% section.
Let's move away from this.
Oh, you would like to distance yourself from this.
No,
the
I
alcohol.
wouldn't.
All right.
Here's the question.
Yeah. Okay. Shoot.
What if you know that you were gonna die in 3 days?
Mm-hmm.
What song right now would you pick to be your funeral song?
Maybe like "My Way" by Frank Sinatra.
Oh, that's a good one.
That
Oh, I
is-
love that
Sing it,
song.
sing
That's a really good
It
one.
is.
And I hate
Let's
my
find
voice.
it.
That's a very good song.
Find
Wow, that's a deep
That is a
question.
good song.
Maybe I thought about that before.
You've thought about that before? I haven't, and I'm still.
Once in a while, it's kind of a weird thought that I have.
I would say
like,
Footloose, actually.
You would
Say
play
Footloose.
Footloose?
That's kind of
Possibly.
happy though.
I know that, but it should be
Because you want
happy.
people to like remember.
I would,
such
like,
a
maybe
happy
play
memory
that-
with your
Yes,
dad.
because I think I'm a happy person,
Oh, you know what? Yeah. It's
and
good.
I like to dance to Footloose, so I think it works.
All right.
I would say probably.
Are you
my
serious
song.
about
People
that?
would, like,
Because
hear
you're
it,
putting
they
it on the
start like
internet.
all of a sudden the people start kicking.
Yeah.
And they start getting into it quicker and quicker, and then all of a sudden
Sooner
it's
or
a
later,
party.
they'd be forgot about
It'd be a
Koko.
party, which it
So
should
you want
be.
like an Irish wake.
I want people to party.
I would rather have a wait.
Yeah.
I would rather have a celebration at my
Yeah,
funeral
me
rather
too.
than
That's
like.
how you-
I wouldn't want it to be a sad affair. I would like, good music, good drinks, and a dance.
You can't beat
celebration
that.
of life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
The Irish are
Funerals
doing
so-
it right the
Yeah.
whole time.
They're just everybody's so sad. Like I can understand if someone died really young from cancer or from a disease or something like that.
Before that time,
But
to pick
and
a favorite
even
song.
still, like why are in everything that we do, why are we always so negative about everything?
I think that might be more of like a Western.
Yeah, it is.
For funerals, anyway.
But I'm talking about everything in your life. Like everybody seems to, on the higher percentage, focus on negatives.
You think so?
I think
You think
so.
there's a lot more glass half empty
When
people?
you're talking to people,
I don't know about
for
that.
the most part, other than on Facebook for some reason, if you have a good meal, you're finding out about things that aren't good about
That's
a
true.
person's
About,
life. When
like,
you're having
The worst
conversations.
day of their life.
How often are you
Like,
hearing
yeah.
about how awesome someone's day was, or like what? Like for the most part, when you're talking to someone, you're like you need your close friends. It's usually negatives.
Maybe
Yeah.
people just
It's
like
very
sympathy.
rare that it's positives. That needs to change
Uh,
because I don't think things are going to get better unless we think they can.
I don't
get
know.
better.
Maybe that's just Facebook culture. I don't run into very
It's
many
I'm not even
people.
talking about Facebook at all. I'm just saying if we're hanging out,
But when I see people, most people, I'm like, "Hey, how you doing? Oh, pretty good."
this is what's going on. Da, da, da. Those are people you don't know. But
No.
your actual friends, when you're having a conversation, how often is it actually a positive about things that are good in their life? Because people don't need to talk about things that are good in their life. They need to talk about shit that's bad in their life.
Yeah, but if you have a
assure
close
them.
friend, they can most likely see the good in your life, and you don't have to inform them about it. But maybe there's like parts of their life that they're hiding from you that they don't let you see, which are negative.
Yeah, that's true. I can see that.
So maybe you're just having an intimate conversation.
But I think I think that in that case, people should still start focusing on talking about the positive shit.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I think the more
Seems like if somebody came to you with like a big like downer, like my baby has cancer, and you're gonna be like, you need to focus on the positive. Like you're not gonna talk them through it a little bit,
no, I'd be like,
or give them like a
no,
break. Like, all right,
let's
you've
say-
got a good reason.
This is what it say. Okay. Real talk.
I'm scared.
So you just came to me.
No, don't even put me and my baby in this. Somebody else did.
Okay, I would say that is absolutely terrible, man. I don't even know, words can't describe how bad I feel for you. But I think what you need to do is really focus on the positives and the fact that she can come through this if the procedures work, if everything goes well. You need to be there, you need to smile, you need to try.
Okay, I see where you're going with this. Yes, that is what you need to do.
That's
That would be good advice.
You're focusing on the
but can't they? Well, how would they even bring the subject up to you then and inform you without you being, hey,
Well,
what you need to do?
They'd be like,
That's not just being negative. That's also being
No,
factual.
what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that
Like
you
it's
have-
not being, oh, you're such a downer, man.
No.
That's something
not
that's
what I'm
actually
saying.
happening.
I'm not saying that you can't bring that stuff up. What I'm saying is you need to, like, when that happens in your head, people need to try and force themselves to think about the positive side of that.
Yeah.
Those things.
Yeah,
And
that's-
when they're talking, I'm not saying they shouldn't come to you and tell you that, but in that conversation, you need, like, if your mindset is this can work, things can get better, you're gonna talk like that. You're gonna communicate like you think things can get better.
Well, yeah, that's what you want to hear when you tell a friend something like that.
well, positive
Exactly.
thinking
But
is
just-
so
you can't.
much,
But
right?
just bringing up something negative could maybe not just be like most people are downers. Maybe sometimes they're just telling you facts that are shitty about their life.
Yeah.
That's what
You're
I'm
right.
saying.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, those are always the things, like, you're talking, like, on a big scale here. Your baby just got cancer. But in normal,
I went DEFCON
regular,
5.
everyday conversations with your friends, it's
So I
usually,
could have said my grandma just got bit by a black
it's
mamba.
usually about negatives, right?
That would be
That
brutal
would
too.
be wrong.
You're like, you've got to focus on the positive.
I have, a perfect
That
example.
mamba didn't get you.
I have the perfect example about this.
What a way to go.
So-
Way to go. That doesn't mean
Yeah.
die. That means something else.
So,
Way to go is positive.
Yeah.
hold on, let me
What
write
a way to go.
hashtag what a way to go. I gotta write that down.
Yeah, that's way WHEY.
Yeah.
So,
Damn it.
no. I had it. Now it's gone.
You knew exactly what you were going to say.
I had something really good too, and I lost it there after I started writing. What a way to go!
That's what happens when you can't
I still-
multitask. You're a man. I can't do that shit neither.
I still think, like, whenever you are in a conversation with one of, like, your close friends, it's very rare that you're talking about the good things that are going on in your life. Like,
You think so?
because
I don't know.
I think that,
I don't know
like
who
you
you're
were
talking
even
to all the
saying
time.
about that last situation, it's because the good things you don't really need to bring up.
Really?
Because we don't need to talk about the
Yeah.
stuff that's good.
But I typically avoid
But don't you
negative
think-
people,
yeah,
and
I
feel that's true.
like some. You're always going to hear some negative things about some people. You don't want to be stuck with like a downer that's like ruining your day every time you talk to them.
Yeah.
And I think people are scared that people will get envious of, like, if you constantly talk about the positive
People are
things in your life.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You
Oh,
gotta
like,
be
shut
careful.
up. We
Yeah.
want to know what's
Does
good in
anybody
your
else need
life.
No, how far are we?
Me, what?
We're almost an hour and a half.
Okay.
A little bit. You got anything else?
Mm,
Oh, we never even. Oh, we didn't get your answer. What would you play at your funeral?
let's end it on that.
Anyone know that?
Probably
I don't
Halo by Beyonce.
Halo. I don't even know that song.
Great
That's what
song.
you like
Everyone
want
just
people
want
to think
people to-
about.
Yeah.
I can't believe you picked Footloose. That's such a shitty fucking funeral.
Hold on.
I don't mind you liking that at a wedding.
Why is that
Like,
so
once
bad
it's-
though?
Oh, buddy.
I think
People
that
carrying you down the fucking thing on my shoulder and it's playing Footloose.
Everyone's footloose.
Yeah, that's right. I'm outliving you by a long shot.
no, but you're not gonna be just carrying me down the thing. You're gonna be doing
Two-stepping?
Footloose.
Yeah.
No. I'm talking like. I guess maybe that's what I'm saying, but
I think you
I
need
want
to rethink
people
that.
to be sitting in their chairs, smiling like they've seen me do that before. It would either be Footloose or Marky Mark and February. At this point in my life, those are the two songs I think that describe me the most because I've sang the Marky Mark song
I don't
many
even
times,
know if I would have
and I've danced to Footloose many times.
I don't even know if I'd have like a big funeral. I think if I'm obviously picturing this when I'm like old, but I would have like my immediate family, like half a dozen friends, cremation, scatter the ashes. That's
But
it.
can you decide who can come to your funeral? I thought it was like an open thing.
No, I think it's open.
No, but you can decide if you want a big
You
funeral
can
or
say
small.
maybe
Like
I
I
don't
want
care.
the
Yeah.
big
That's about it.
ta-da-ta-da. Or are you getting buried or cremated?
Cremated.
Cremated.
Not fucking
Yeah.
so stupid taking up space. Why are people doing that shit?
Well, it
You're
just
just taking
doesn't.
up space.
Take up
And two, I think
for
after
no reason.
after like 90 years, they just dig you up and give somebody else your
I
spot.
don't know how that works,
Do they
but
do
you're
that?
Yep.
being fucking selfish.
Unless you're in like a historic cemetery, one that's like like the one in like Fort Langley or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, those ones last forever, and I think same with like the war ones do.
I like the one
But
in-
there are other ones. That one that's open in on Royal Oak in Burnaby. That one's been
Yeah.
there for years
That's
and years,
huge.
and they're recycling spots for certain.
No, I talked.
It's a business.
No, I remember
That's
talking to
crazy.
Thomas, and because he worked there a lot.
Yeah, they
just
recycle
keep
spots.
making more.
They didn't tell him because he was a goofy surveyor. They're like, no, that's not a foot.
Anyway, regardless,
Bark.
it's fucking stupid. Like, why do you need this space when you die?
Yeah.
Are you being like
It's better if you
selfish?
if you're cremated and they spread you. Say, I wouldn't want to be spread in the ocean. That seems like a waste. I would want to be maybe on a farm in a field. Next year, you just come back as the grass. You turn into a bale.
That's true.
A cow eats you.
Yeah.
Maybe a worm lives there.
I don't think
Bird
your
flies
ashes are
off.
anything anyway.
You just turn into nature.
I think your ashes are just your body burned up, thrown out. Who gives a fuck about your
Yeah.
ashes?
See,
Put them wherever you want.
it-
It's like your energy that's the you. That's
Yeah.
going
Exactly.
back out into the.
Yeah,
I
but
think
if you get your ashes scattered in the forest, you like turn into the tree and the eagle and the fun guy.
Mm-hmm.
You can be the fun guy once
Oh,
more.
you
Should be the fun
Yeah,
guy.
Yeah. That's why it's better. I suppose you can't. If you're in a funeral home or a place plot, those places are always sad. Nothing ever
Yeah.
really grows there.
Yeah.
Like I went to concentration camp in Germany. I've been to like a couple of them.
Cool.
And there's a lot of they just buried a lot of the people on sites, and a lot of them they cremated and they went out the chimney and the dust scattered in there. Anyway, the whole place is like a really dead feeling. No birds don't go in there. They don't sing. There's no moles. It's like everybody stays out of there. It's really,
Wow, that's
really,
weird.
really strange spot.
Cool though.
Well,
Anyway,
I think
that's all I have to talk about this week.
People's ears off.
That's
That
what
was
happens
really
when we're
fun.
gone
That
for-
was
That's
fun.
fine.
That's what
That was
happens
awesome.
when we're gone for 2 weeks. It builds up.
Yeah. So, thank you for coming on. That was
Thank you
awesome.
for
Thank you
having
very
me.
much.
Do you have Twitter?
I do have Twitter.
Yeah, what's your Twitter handle? So people
It's
know if they wanna
at
follow you.
Radica Sick SIK or RADHIKA SIK. Yeah,
And
so follow
Adams?
me.
At Face84.
I'm at Rother00, and then the group page is at RT Adam and Koko. Again, we want to thank Radica for coming out and everybody for listening. We're pretty fucking stoked about how well we're doing. I mean, we're on video now.
Oh, sweet.
Anyway, thanks for coming out, and we'll see you next week. You can talk.
That was fun.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's getting all sweaty.
Yeah, my ears.
Oh,
That's
we're
cool.
still on Ustream?
Oh yeah, I haven't shut it off yet.
How many people are listening?
One now.
What? We lost people.
Someone, whoever's
Oh,
still
lost.
listening, thank you very much for tuning in.
Yeah. The one hold up. It's probably Tabby. You can
I didn't like the song before. I kind of like it now.
It's good. It's
It's got a
grows
good
on
beat.
you,
It's
right?
it's one of those- There's a lot of music now that I think about that has. I'm gonna just keep this on while we talk. I think there's a lot of music now that you have to listen to it a couple times.
Yeah.
Like I got the Gambino, Childish Gambino,
so
the new one.
Yeah.
His old one, I fucking love that CD. And then I listened to the new one, and I was like, so it's okay. But
More
now listening to it over and
yeah.
over, like he's smart. And his rhymes
He's
and his
so
beats,
smart.
you gotta listen to
And
it
his
a few
show
times.
just got canceled.
Yeah.
So he can focus on his music now.
Oh, fuck. Tabby sent me a message.
Yeah, he sent me one too, 5,000 an
An
hour.
hour, yeah.